YouTubers. Yeah, this is Jgsf1987. I'm back. Sorry, I know, long time since I've been video. I'll try to get better about doing these more frequently now that I have a lot more free time on my hands. Anyway, so yeah, the first thing I am gonna say is I am no longer working at my day job anymore. Long story. Easiest way to put it is that it just wasn't the right fit. But by the way, if you want insurance, go to Brock Financial. The agent there, Howard Golden, very good agent. He will do whatever the hell it takes to make sure you get the best customer service ever. I can guarantee that. Now, as for what I'm currently doing, well, I don't know, just trying to retool, get some other things together. So this way, when I go on my new endeavors, and as I, continue on with my writing, which for my blog, subscribe. You can also hit me up on Facebook and Twitter, which I'll post the links below. Yeah, and also Google Plus. Well, the one thing, there's a couple things I do want to talk about, I think, today. Number one is, as everyone knows, the Confederate flag is fully removed from the State House in South Carolina. Yeah, but that's old news. But no, it's good that they took care of that quickly. That should be news to everybody, is that they acted pretty quick, considering that is the hotbed of secession for the Civil War back in the 1860s. So, for doing something as simple as that says a lot for South Carolina. But, we'll, but that's not the end of the story when it comes to the Confederate flag. Oh no. That's just the beginning of it. I'm going to say very clearly, talk to your member, get on the phones, get on your computers. I don't care how. Email, call, tweet, or even do something to, or share on Facebook over to your representative and or senator in Congress. Tell them to oppose any measure to place Confederate flags anywhere on federal property. I mean, come on. What are you trying to do? Scare the living hell out of blacks? Scare the living hell out of everyone else? Trying to declare this a white supremacist nation? You've gotta be kidding me. I'm sorry. I'm just saying this as a history major. You've literally got to be kidding me. But what can you do? Anyway, that's stalled for right now. But make sure that anybody else in Congress who gets that bright idea, make sure it is shut down and shut down entirely. That's number one. Number two, the Iran deal actually broke out. It's finalized. That's good. There's some safeguards in there. I'm not going to get into details about it because it's all over the news anyway, so it's like, what's the point? However, here's what you need to do. Congress is going to review it. Get on the phones. Get into your emails, either tweet, Facebook share, Facebook comment, whatever. Go to your representatives and senators and tell them to approve this thing. This is the best chance we have of verifying whether or not Iran is really trying to build a nuclear bomb. This is the simplest way outside of invading, which you, you and I all know after the last debacles in both Iraq and Afghanistan. Who wants to go into Iran? Not us. The Middle East at this point, and you know this too easily, is a mess. I don't have to tell you that. You can just look at the news. They'll tell you that right offhand. Well, then again, that's not news to anybody. The way I see it is that if we can get some level of cooperation with the Iranians, perhaps we can use their influence to force our, basically to get the Saudis to recognize that, number one, they're not the sole voice of Sunni Islam. Just like Iran is not the sole voice of Shiite Islam. Now, I'm not saying that we can get the two of them together and make everything all nice and kumbaya or anything. I'm not saying that. I'm not that naive. What I am saying is that, look, you want to deal with ISIS? You want to find a way of getting a political or getting all sides to actually end this ongoing fighting, especially in Syria? Like it or not, you're going to need to get the Iranians involved. They have an alliance with Syria, albeit because the leader of Syria is an Alawite. Alawites are technically Shiite Muslims. They're a branch of Shiite Islam. The Wahhabists, who are mostly fighting the Alawites, they come from that particular creed coming out of Saudi Arabia, which is Wahhabism, which is a very extreme brand of Sunni Islam. Now, this isn't to say that there's no way that you can force the two sides to actually like each other. They're not going to like each other. They never have, and they never will. That's not the point. The point is to basically, okay, you want to end the civil war in Syria? You want to contain ISIS and get rid of it? You gotta talk to the Iranians. You gotta prop them up somehow. Because guess what? They're gonna be this. They're the easiest means of keeping the Islamic State from getting much more expansive. The Iranians may just end up being our best hope in this. Like it or not. They are strange bedfellows, but we need them. So that's what I'm saying is talk to your, just be sure to get on with your senators, representatives, get them on Facebook and Twitter, even Google Plus if they have it, or any other forms of social media, and tell them to approve this thing, because to walk away from this would be a warmonger's dream. Now, who wants to go back into the Middle East for another war? I don't. I'm pretty sure a majority of Americans don't either. Anyway, the other part to this is that there's actually a third thing that I'm going to say is that if you remember back in, I don't know, like '06 or something, might have been 2006. Could have been 2007. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, we launched this little satellite or this little space probe up, and right now it's come just within orbit of Pluto. So there were some pictures taken. I saw this earlier. It's going to take a while to stream everything back here because you're talking about stuff that was made in technology from back in 2006. So when it comes back here, yeah, this stuff will be amazing. Apparently, Pluto's a little bigger than turns out to be slightly bigger than we thought. It's about 2/3 of the size of the moon, but that's not a surprise. Pluto's not exactly a small place, but it's not that big, but it's not that small either. I mean, it's not the size of Jupiter or anything. Jupiter is pretty big, and I realize that's kind of an understatement, but whatever. The fact is that we're very close to. Once we get all those photos, those are going to be really amazing to see. I'll include the Wikipedia article that I managed to find from that. So, well, too much more. This is Jgsf1987, and I'll catch you next time.